In this video, I'll be showing you how to repair a product with corroded battery contacts. While this can apply to any battery powered product, what I'm specifically looking at today is a Christmas decoration. Christmas decorations are used infrequently, and if you store them with batteries fitted, you're likely at some point to end up with corroded contacts. Given the time of year, I thought it would be a good time to do a video so you can fix your Christmas decorations instead of having to replace them. As you can see here, I've just put the batteries in, tried to turn it on, and there's no life to it at all. There's visible corrosion to the battery contacts, so that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. Before we go any further, I'll just show you what the battery contacts look like, so you can see the extent of the corrosion. The first thing you'll want to do is clean up the area inside and around the battery holder. For this, I'd recommend using IPA if you have any, but if not, something like white vinegar or an acidic cleaning product should work. For these sorts of batteries, the battery acid, as we often refer to it, is actually an alkaline, so we use an acidic cleaner to neutralise it. You might not be able to get rid of it all, so just get rid of as much as you can. Once you're done cleaning, check the condition of each of the battery contacts. As you can see here, this contact is heavily corroded and there are bits flaking off it. To fix this, I'm going to need to open this up so I can gain access to the rear side of the battery holder. I think generally speaking, Christmas decorations are not likely to be particularly complex, so they should be quite easy to get inside. Just look out for any screws that might be hidden under stickers, and have a knife or some kind of spudger to hand to try and free any internal clips. Once you've got it open, it's a good idea just to give it a check over inside for any loose wires. As you can see here, this has actually got a wire loose, which I'll quickly solder back in place before dealing with the battery contact. Back to the battery contacts now. Look for the tab for the bottom of the contacts you need to take a look at, and if it's folded down, bend it upwards so the contact can be removed. A couple of the contacts will have wires soldered to them, so if this is the case, desolder the wire first before bending it upwards. Using a pair of pliers or something similar, you want to start pushing down on the tab to feed it back through the hole so the contact can be removed. Once you've started feeding it through, flip the battery holder over and you can start pulling it out from the top. This might take a little bit of force, especially if there is some corrosion, as this will help to hold it in place. Repeat this for all of the contacts that you need to take out. Ideally, you'll want to purchase new contacts to replace these ones if you can find the contact that's the right size. And if the battery box is a separate part, you can pick these up quite cheaply and they should be easy to replace. If you can't find a suitable replacement, there is something you can do, using a product you're likely to already have at home. You'll want to take a piece of kitchen foil and wrap it around the corroded contact, and ideally you want to cover as much of the contact as you can. The foil needs to be covering a part of the contact which isn't corroded, so I find it easier just to cover the entire thing. You don't want the layer of foil to be too thick, and you want to leave the tab exposed to ensure you can slot it back in later on, as this will help you slot it back in better later on. While I generally prefer to replace the contact if possible, given how relatively infrequently these kind of decorations are actually used, this is more than sufficient in this case. I couldn't find a suitable replacement contact, which is why I'm covering this with foil. Once the contact's ready, slot it back into place. It'll probably be a little bit tighter to fit than it was before, so you might need to use a bit of force to get it to sit properly. Once all of the contacts are back in place, all you need to do now is put it all back together. And there we have it. An easy way to tackle battery corrosion and get your Christmas decorations back up and running. I hope you like this video. Thank you very much for watching, and be sure to stick around for the next one.